How do you tell true love from a dangerously perfect imitation? Have you ever been loved so much it made you feel indebted for existing? That fine line between being loved and being caged is called love bombing. Love bombing is not passion, it is programmed isolation. It cuts you off from the world with a wall of attention. Recognizing love bombing can protect you from psychological manipulation. Research from the Hotline and Simply Psychology identifies 7 critical red flags that distinguish genuine affection from dangerous manipulation. Emerging from love bombing means reclaiming your own compass. To do so, you need tools. But how do you tell a genuine compliment from the first step of a manipulation? Science calls love bombing the strategy of declaring eternal love, planning a life together, and demanding exclusivity in record time. This is not romance, it is a precise tactic chosen by the narcissist. The overwhelming haste has a very specific purpose: to disorient your rational mind and make you bond to an idea of the future before you can evaluate the real person in front of you. And what is the most insidious signal, the one almost everyone ignores? That "I love you" after a few days, the plans for the future before the second month, are not signs of a soulmate. They flood the emotional system, anesthetize judgment, and create a fictitious bond based on intensity, not on knowledge. The real goal of someone who never wants to slow down? To bind you to them before you see who they really are. Narcissists manipulate with tactics, and recognizing these signals is important if you want to achieve emotional freedom. Welcome to Psych Maps. This is part 2 of Love Bombing, the Red Flags. In part 1, we talked about the seduction trap, and in part 3, we will talk about how to free yourself and heal from love bombing. And today, in less than 5 minutes, you will learn to recognize the signals of emotional manipulation. In this video, we talk about the signals of manipulation and how you can reclaim your emotional sovereignty, how to transform your weaknesses into boundaries, and how to replace your anxieties with clarity. Because your emotional life does not have to be cynical or closed off. It must be solid, it must be bright, and it must be selective. What happens when reality becomes a weapon? Find out in the video on gaslighting. I recommend you watch it. It lasts less than 5 minutes. Follow us, comment, and share, because on this channel, we don't give you rules to prevent, but instrumental solutions, and you can help us work for you. Signal number 1, moving too fast. In a relationship, has the speed of a relationship ever frightened you more than its slowness? The narcissist moves very fast, declares their eternal love to you in a few days, and still doesn't even know your favorite drink. Pushes for immediate exclusivity and discusses marriage or moving in together before you've truly connected. This accelerated timeline is intentional. It's designed to bypass your rational judgment. Research demonstrates this. What is the real goal of someone who never wants to slow down? Tell me in the comments. Signal number 2, excessive communication. Studies reveal that love bombers engage in a communication overload, constant messages, calls, and social media conversations. If you don't respond immediately, they get angry or anxious. A 2016 study found a significant correlation between love bombing behaviors and excessive text message expectations in relationships. What allows a person to go from being in love to being your jailer in a few messages? The line is thinner than you think. Signal number 3, exaggerated compliments. Have you ever felt trapped by words too beautiful to be true? Phrases like "the two of us together forever," "I want everything from you forever, you and me every day," or "if I had to choose between your love and my life, I would choose your love." In the first weeks, everything seems perfect. Isolation tactics are an instruction manual for taking a person apart. First, they criticize your friends. Then they play the victim when you go out. In the end, you're left alone and exhausted. WebMD identifies these grandiose declarations as manipulation tactics rather than your genuine feelings. Have you ever given up on going out, not by choice, but from the exhaustion of having to justify yourself later? Your follow and share is a vote, a rational vote that rewards awareness, not manipulation. Choose which side to be on. Signal number 4, isolation tactics. Have you ever felt strangely guilty for wanting to go out with your longtime friends? Love bombers subtly separate you from friends and family, making you increasingly dependent on them. Research published in the International Journal of Interdisciplinary Studies confirms this creates vulnerability to further manipulation.
Signal number 5. Lavish gifts.
The extraordinary gift you received, did it make you feel free or indebted? Expensive gifts at the beginning of relationships often come with strings attached. Research from the Cleveland Clinic warns that gifts later become leverage. I paid your mortgage, so don't talk to me that way. The mechanism is perfect. They offer you a luxury you didn't ask for. Then they use your discomfort to ask for what you wouldn't want to give. Remember, luxurious gifts can come with hidden conditions. I gave you this, now you owe me. Signal number 6. Jealousy and possessiveness. How do you tell the difference between someone who worries about you and someone who just wants to possess you? Extreme jealousy disguised as concern, the constant need to know where you are and monitoring your activities signal control, not love. Control is not concern. Obsessive jealousy is not love. Learn to tell them apart. Signal number 7. Making you feel guilty. If you feel suffocated, is it really love? If you feel obligated to respond immediately to every message or to spend all your time with them, you are experiencing manipulation. Victims of love bombing report feeling suffocated and overwhelmed, but guilty for feeling these sensations, studies show. Emotional manipulation works by making you feel guilty for your normal feelings. What if you feel suffocated but guilty about it? It's a clear signal. The research is clear. These are not signs of passionate love. They are predictable patterns of psychological control. Thank you for your attention. Your sensitivity can make a difference. Subscribe to the channel or follow us. The more we are, the more we can reach those who confuse control with love.
Do you feel responsible for your partner's happiness, or are you just afraid of their unhappiness? You were taught that their well-being is your responsibility, and so you feel guilty for what you feel, the suffocation, and for what you don't feel, the desire to always be at their disposal. It's a perfect trap. Having identified the control is a powerful weapon, but it's a useless weapon if you don't know how to use it in the battle that is yet to come. We bring this data to break the silence. Your attention is already alight. Share if you recognize this trap. Together, the first step is to see the cage. How can you protect your mind when the idol turns into criticism, contempt, or abandonment? And remember, recognizing the trap is the first step out of it. You are not responsible for the chains someone else put on you. Your priority is you. Part 3 maps the territory of emotional dismantling.